All right, so before we start this video, I want to ask you guys, with whatever you are currently doing, do you have your own style? Do you have your own way of doing it? Do you have your own perspective, your own way of making it, your own lens that you create from? If you do not, I want to talk with you guys a little bit about why it's so important that we start to create from our own perspective and our own lane, because that's going to give us the most uniqueness. And I want to know how you guys have actually developed your unique style. Like, what are your inspirations? Do you even think about that? Some people don't even think about that, of what created why they do what they do. But I want to get into it a little bit because I've recently been thinking about the fact that being able to do this is how you actually stand out, is how you actually have your unique angle and the way that nobody can copy you. So for myself, I used to feel like on YouTube, it was like, I'm getting up on video, I'm getting up on camera, but what gives me the right? Like, what gives me that angle? What gives me the right to be able to come up here and get on video? I'm not somebody that's going to go out and talk like crazy or anything like that. I'm very introverted. So I was like, okay, what gives me the freaking right to be able to do this? But it's always been something I'm thinking about. And I didn't think about it again until recently. I was outside and I was dog sitting some dogs, and I'm sitting around in the backyard, and I'm kind of just walking around thinking about, okay, how can I make my videos a little bit more conversational? I don't want to just get up here and talk with you guys, or just get up here and just ramble and just think about me. I always want to think about y'all. I always want to think about like what y'all are thinking about, what y'all are going through, and trying to speak to that and make it as much as I can. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about this, and I'm going back and forth with ChatGPT about it. And I'm asking it like, okay, how do I make it feel like we're actually talking, like we're actually there, and let you guys know that I really do care about you guys. Let you guys know that I really want to, genuinely know about your lives. So we're going through that, and all of a sudden I get this freaking amazing idea. The idea was the fact that, I should still be able to ask questions, but also break out of the box that I'm putting myself in, where it has to be about engagement. It has to be about, okay, I got to get you guys from the beginning to the end, which is something that is put on us as creators. And it was kind of like, okay, let me just like start out videos talking with you guys, like just talking with you guys. Let me ask you guys questions throughout, like even if y'all aren't going to answer. It helped me think about the fact that, that's still important. And still important to think about you guys in terms of being able to be like, okay, where is y'all's world? What are y'all currently dealing with? What are y'all currently doing? And putting my shoes into there. But I think that the main thing that it really gave me is the fact that nobody is really going to think about that for the most part. On my end, my ability to, I feel like personally, be able to listen, be able to think about you guys and be able to do that is something that is very unique to me. I've seen it not only on YouTube, but in my life too. It's very unique to me. So that is something that ChatGPT kind of just told me. It was like, that's something that's very specific that not a lot of people are going to bring. And it's the heart of it. Like, that's the heart of it, to be able to think through that. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like, okay, so not many people are going to bring that. Not many people are going to be sitting here thinking about this on a random damn day. It's something very, very specific. So that's why it's so important for us to have our own unique perspective, to bring it. It doesn't matter what you're currently doing. It doesn't matter where you're currently at. You have a way of thinking about stuff. You have perspectives. You have movies that you've watched. You've had experiences that you've gone through that create why you do what you do, why you think about it in your certain way. And nobody can match that. Nobody can match that, man. And I just think that that's so important, because any field you go into, any kind of career you're going to, or any kind of creative act you're doing, let's say you're making a movie. You're making a movie. You have seen certain movies and nobody else has seen that combination of movies that you have seen, for the most part. If you've seen a good enough amount of movies. You've seen TV shows. This creates your own way of wanting to do it. It might be very similar to something else. It might be modeled after something else, but it's still your own unique path, your own unique way of doing it that we need out there in the world, man. Because there's things I'll see on TV or on a movie, and it's like, oh my gosh, this dude thinks like me. This dude is making this movie specifically for me. And I know that you guys felt that too. So we need these things out there in the world. And that's why it's so important to be more authentic, to go more into what we actually care about, where we actually see the world, how we actually think about the world, think about creating this stuff, because that's how you create your own unique lens, man. Don't try to copy nobody else. Don't try to do anything else, because you are you, and that gives you that unique angle. So what's your own style right now? Like, what movies have you watched? What TV shows have you watched? What people do you look up to? It could be anything, man. Like, just things that go into the filter of your mind that help output something specific. Because I think it's so fun, man. Everybody is so unique, and you start seeing it come out in the way that they create, in the way that they go about their business, in the way that they go about anything, man. And I think it's so important that you start to go into that, like lean more into that. That's something that I didn't always do. Something that I was like, okay, a little bit doubtful, a little bit unsure about how this is actually all going to work out. But I really think that the more that we continue to lean into that, the more that we're going to realize it's actually something that gives us something that can be perfect for somebody else. Love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day. Let me know what you're currently creating. Let me know what your inspirations are, where you actually draw that inspiration from to get an output. I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day, week. Peace.